If you're over 60, there's a silent enemy growing inside your belly right now, and it's not just making your waist bigger. It's silently releasing more than 400 toxic chemicals into your bloodstream every single day. This isn't the fat you can pinch under your skin. It's visceral fat, the deadly kind that wraps around your heart, liver, and pancreas. But here's the good news. I've seen people in their 60s and 70s shrink this toxic fat by over 70% in just 30 days without extreme diets or exhausting workouts. And when that happens, something incredible follows. Your energy rises, your blood pressure stabilizes, your joints stop aching, and even your sleep becomes deeper. Today, I'll show you 5 science-backed steps that reverse this dangerous fat starting from the inside out. No pills, no gimmicks, just your body's natural fat-burning switches reactivated. So if you're ready to take control of your health again, stay with me until the end, because the last step is the most powerful of all. Comment your age below, like this video, subscribe for more senior health insights, and share it with someone you care about. You've just learned that the most dangerous fat in your body, visceral fat, can release over 400 toxins every single day. Now, here's where it gets fascinating. The very first switch that determines whether your body burns or stores that fat isn't found in a pill or a workout. It's hidden in your breakfast plate. After 60, your body changes how it reacts to protein. The same meal that once kept you fit in your 40s can now lead to stubborn belly fat if eaten at the wrong time. A groundbreaking study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition revealed that adults over 60 need 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal to trigger a process called muscle protein synthesis, the engine that keeps your metabolism alive. Every pound of muscle you preserve burns around 50 calories a day, while fat burns just 2. That's why building muscle, even small amounts, isn't about bulk. It's about reclaiming control of your metabolism. But here's the problem. Most seniors skip protein at breakfast, snack lightly at lunch, and overload at dinner, the exact pattern that locks the body into fat storage mode all day. Morning is when cortisol, your stress hormone, peaks. If you don't counter it with protein, your body stores more visceral fat even if you eat less. But when you give your body enough morning protein, something amazing happens. Cortisol drops, blood sugar stabilizes, and your body switches from storage to fat-burning mode within an hour. Eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein smoothie with at least 25 grams of protein can completely transform your morning metabolism. At lunch and dinner, keep the rhythm going. Fish, chicken, or lentils, about the size of your palm, to reignite that same metabolic spark every few hours. Dr. Douglas Padden Jones from the University of Texas found that seniors who timed their protein intake this way increased their resting metabolic rate by 14%, meaning their bodies burned more calories, even while watching TV or napping. And here's the best part. This isn't about eating more. It's about distributing what you already eat more intelligently. When you hit that protein threshold 3 times a day, your body receives 3 clear signals to protect muscle and melt fat. Think of it as teaching your metabolism how to wake up again. Each well-timed meal becomes a signal, a small fire that keeps burning long after you've eaten. Because once your body remembers how to burn fat naturally, every other step that follows, from activating brown fat to mastering your eating window, becomes even more powerful. So let's take that momentum forward and discover the next hidden switch that turns your own body heat into a fat-burning force. Now that your metabolism is reawakening through protein timing, let's unlock the second hidden switch, the one that turns your own body heat into a natural, fat-burning engine. You see, your body isn't made of just one kind of fat. It has white fat, which stores energy and makes up most of your visceral fat, and brown fat, which burns energy to generate heat. And here's the stunning truth. Brown fat burns white fat for fuel, and it's especially effective at targeting visceral fat first. For decades, scientists believed brown fat became nearly inactive with age. But new research from MRI University flipped that belief upside down. In the study, adults over 60 who exposed themselves to mild cold for just 2 hours a day increased brown fat activity by 45% and reduced visceral fat by 19% in 4 weeks, without changing their diet or exercise. The secret wasn't ice baths or freezing discomfort. It was simple. Participants just lowered their home thermostat to 66 degrees Celsius, 19 degrees C, for 2 hours each evening while wearing light clothing. That gentle chill was enough to wake up their brown fat, forcing their bodies to draw energy directly from visceral fat stores. Why does this matter after 60? Because as we age, brown fat becomes dormant, and our body loses its natural ability to burn excess energy. This quiet slowdown contributes to the stubborn belly fat so many older adults struggle with, even if they eat well. But mild cold exposure reactivates these cells, turning your body back into the efficient, heat-producing machine it was decades ago. Another simple technique with powerful results: ending your hot shower with 30 seconds of cool water, not icy, just noticeably cooler than comfortable. That quick change in temperature triggers brown fat for up to 4 hours afterward. When combined with the evening cool room routine, participants in the MRI study lost 31% more visceral fat than those who did only one method. And the timing couldn't be more perfect. Your body temperature naturally drops between 6 and 8 p.m., aligning with your circadian rhythm. So if you lower your room temperature during that window, you're actually working with your biology, not against it. You can even enhance this process by drinking a glass of cold water every 2 hours, which makes your body burn extra calories to warm the water internally. Japanese researchers calculated this small change alone burns about 100 calories per day, effortlessly. The key is gentle adaptation, not shock. Start with 15 minutes of cooler temperatures and build up over 2 weeks. Soon, your body will begin to crave the feeling, a sign that your brown fat has fully awakened. Once this switch flips, every next strategy, from eating within metabolic windows to feeding your gut with the right fibers, becomes exponentially more effective because the fire inside you has already been lit. Now that your inner fire is lit and your metabolism is running warmer, the next step is about when to fuel it. Because what you eat matters, but when you eat can completely redefine how your body stores or burns fat after 60. This principle is called time-restricted feeding, and it's changing everything scientists thought they knew about aging metabolism. A major study from the Salk Institute found that people over 60 who limited their eating to an 8 to 10-hour window lost 47% more visceral fat than those who ate the same calories spread across the whole day. Why? Because each time you eat, your body releases insulin, the hormone that signals your system to store energy. When you eat from sunrise to bedtime, insulin never fully drops and your body never enters true fat-burning mode. But when you allow your digestive system to rest for 14 hours overnight, something amazing happens. Your body shifts from burning sugar to burning fat, especially visceral fat, which is easier to mobilize. This isn't starvation or traditional fasting. It's aligning your meals with your body's circadian rhythm, your natural internal clock. Between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. is the sweet spot. Your metabolism is most active, digestion is efficient, and hormone balance favors fat loss. Dr. Sachin Panda, the scientist leading the research, calls this window a metabolic reset. During those 14 fasting hours, your body activates a process called autophagy, cellular cleaning. It targets old or dysfunctional fat cells wrapped around your organs and begins recycling them for energy. But here's the crucial part. You can't jump straight to 10 hours if your body isn't ready. Start with a 12-hour window. For example, eat from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. for 1 week, then shorten by 30 minutes each week until you reach 10 hours. This gentle transition prevents stress hormones from rising, keeping your cortisol in check, which is essential for sustainable visceral fat loss. And remember, quality still matters. During your eating window, focus on 3 satisfying meals with lean protein, healthy fats, and fiber-rich carbs. Avoid grazing or constant snacking. Every small bite triggers insulin again, interrupting the fat-burning process. Your last meal should finish at least 3 hours before bed, allowing growth hormone to peak during deep sleep. That's when the real fat burning happens. Black coffee, herbal tea, and water are allowed during fasting hours. They don't break the fast, and in fact, slightly boost metabolism. When you master this rhythm, something clicks inside you. Your energy feels smoother, cravings fade, and your body begins to run like it's decades younger. And as we'll see next, when you combine this timing pattern with one simple nutrient, the right type of fiber, the results multiply. Because feeding your gut correctly is the key to keeping this new metabolism alive. Now that your meal rhythm is in sync and your body knows when to burn fat, it's time to feed the engine that makes all of this possible, your gut. Because after 60, your gut bacteria become one of the most powerful fat-burning regulators in your entire body. A team from Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center discovered something extraordinary. For every 10 grams of soluble fiber consumed daily, visceral fat dropped by 3.7% over 5 years. But when that fiber was paired with specific prebiotics, fat loss accelerated to 8.4% in just 3 months. So what makes soluble fiber so special? Unlike regular fiber, it dissolves in water and forms a soft gel inside your digestive tract. That gel slows down how quickly sugar and fat enter your bloodstream, preventing the insulin spikes that drive visceral fat storage. At the same time, it feeds beneficial bacteria, the tiny workers that convert fiber into short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, a compound that directly signals your body to burn fat for energy. In fact, people with higher levels of butyrate-producing bacteria have been shown to carry up to 51% less visceral fat, regardless of total body weight. The top sources might surprise you. While oats and beans are good, the most powerful one identified in research is konjac root, glucomannan. Just 3 grams before meals reduced visceral fat by 12% in 8 weeks, with no other dietary change. Another champion is ground flaxseed. 2 tablespoons a day reduced visceral fat by 9%. But freshness matters. Flax must be ground right before eating or kept refrigerated, or its active compounds fade. Timing is everything here too. Taking soluble fiber 30 minutes before meals creates the best effect, giving it time to expand and prepare your gut. The researchers found that pairing fiber with protein meals amplified its fat-burning impact by 40%. A simple daily plan could look like this. Morning, add 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed to your protein shake. Lunch, take glucomannan with a full glass of water before eating. Dinner, include 1 cup of beans or lentils for slow digestion and deep satiety. Now add prebiotic foods like Jerusalem artichokes, garlic, or onions. These are the foods that multiply your good bacteria. Participants who ate 1 Jerusalem artichoke or 2 cloves of garlic daily showed 27% higher levels of fat-burning bacteria within just 2 weeks. This synergy, soluble fiber plus prebiotics, essentially reprograms your metabolism to burn visceral fat first while preserving precious muscle mass. It's not a diet. It's a biological conversation between your gut and your cells, one that says, burn energy, not store it. And once your gut begins to work for you, not against you, you'll be ready for the most surprising method of all, a technique that uses nothing but your breath to trigger fat loss at the deepest level. By now, your metabolism is fully awake, your muscles are firing, your brown fat is active, and your gut is working like a precision engine. But there's still one hidden switch left, and it controls everything from your stress levels to how your body decides where to store or burn fat. It's not a pill or even a food. It's your breath. Recent research from the University of Copenhagen uncovered something groundbreaking. A simple, controlled breathing technique that activated the vagus nerve, a powerful communication line between your brain and your organs, led to a 42% greater reduction in visceral fat compared to diet and exercise alone. The science is fascinating. The vagus nerve runs from your brainstem down through your heart, lungs, and abdomen. When it's stimulated, it signals your body to shift from fight or flight mode into rest and repair. This lowers cortisol, the stress hormone that triggers visceral fat storage, and boosts acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that tells your cells to release stored fat for energy. Here's how it works. Sit comfortably. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your belly. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts, hold your breath for 7, and slowly exhale through your mouth for 8, making sure only your belly moves. Repeat this pattern for 15 minutes, twice a day. The timing is crucial. Do the first session in the morning within an hour of waking when cortisol naturally spikes. This immediately stops the body's store fat signal for the entire day. The second session should happen between 3 and 5 p.m. when cortisol tends to rise again. This keeps your metabolism steady through the afternoon. In the Copenhagen study, participants aged 60 to 79 who practiced this twice daily not only lost visceral fat faster, but also improved insulin sensitivity by 23% and reduced inflammation markers by 31%, key factors for long-term metabolic health. And what's beautiful about this method is how quickly the body adapts. After 2 weeks, many reported that their breathing naturally slowed on its own, bringing a deep sense of calm and warmth, a sign that the vagus nerve had been reconditioned. It's a moment when the body begins to work for you again. You don't need a gym, equipment, or supplements. Just 15 quiet minutes, twice a day, to train your nervous system to communicate differently with your fat cells. Because the real secret of fat loss after 60 isn't just about metabolism, it's about balance. When your breath, hormones, and metabolism move in harmony, your body becomes what it was always meant to be: self-healing, self-burning, self-renewing. And as we bring everything together in the final part, you'll see how these 5 steps combine, not just to shrink visceral fat, but to help you reclaim energy, confidence, and control over your health again. You've just unlocked the 5 most powerful levers your body holds, and none of them require extreme diets, expensive pills, or hours in the gym. They are simple biological truths that your body has been waiting for you to remember. When you time your protein right, you build strength instead of storing fat. When you expose yourself to gentle cold, your brown fat comes alive. When you eat within the right window, your hormones fall back into rhythm. When you nourish your gut, it begins to burn fat for you. And when you breathe with intention, your nervous system finally lets go of the stress that's been locking fat inside your body for years. These are not separate tricks. They are a sequence, each step amplifying the next. Together, they retrain your metabolism to work with you again. After 60, you don't need to chase youth. Your body still knows how to heal, renew, and protect itself. You simply have to send it the right signals. So start small. Choose one of these 5 today and make it part of your daily rhythm. In 30 days, you won't just see a smaller waistline, you'll feel clearer, lighter, and more alive than you felt in years. Tell me below, which of these 5 will you start with today? Your journey to better senior health begins with one simple signal and one deep breath.